identities, and by extension, inverses. Simply put, an identity for a number is a number which, when operated on another number, does not change the result altogether. Sounds a bit confusing, but listen to this. If you add 0 or subtract 0 from any number, the answer does not change. Similarly, if you multiply or divide any number by 1, the answer does not change. Therefore, we say the identity for addition and subtraction is 0, and the identity for multiplication and division is 1. So any number x plus 0 is going to be equal to x, or x minus 0 is x. Therefore, the identity for addition and subtraction, remember subtraction is a form of addition, is in fact 0. And any number x times 1 is equal to x. Similarly, x divided by 1 is equal to x. Therefore, we say 1 is the identity for multiplication, and by extension, division, since remember, division is a type of multiplication. It is important to remember that there's a difference between 1 and negative 1. So negative 1 is not the identity, rather positive 1 or just 1 is the identity for multiplication and division. The inverse is basically a number which, when operated on another number, will give the identity of that operation. In terms of addition and subtraction, the inverse is just the negative of the number in question. For instance, the inverse of negative 1 is positive 1. The inverse of 70 is negative 70, etc. For multiplication and division, the inverse is what we call the reciprocal. The reciprocal of a number, simply put, is the answer you get when you divide 1 by that number. In other words, the reciprocal of 2 is going to be 1 divided by 2, which is half. The reciprocal of 1 over 7 is going to be 7 over 1, or simply put, just 7. Similarly, the reciprocal of a fraction which is made up of other numerals than 1, for instance 2 over 3, is just the inversion of that fraction, which is, for instance in this case, 3 over 2. So remember, the identity is what you get when you multiply a number by its reciprocal in terms of multiplication, or when you add a number to its inverse in terms of addition and subtraction. So remember, the inverse for multiplication and division, which is called the reciprocal, is the number which, when you multiply by the original number, will give you 1. And the inverse for addition or subtraction is the number which, when you add to a number, will give you 0. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more such content.